2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hello everyone, my name is Ian Pierce, and I'm going to be informing y'all about a museum that has something for everyone. And that is the Cartoon Art Museum located in San Francisco, California. Have y'all ever read a comic book before? If you have, then you're familiar with the genre of art portrayed throughout this entire museum. Not only does this museum have that type of art, but it also has a history. And that is very, very rare within museums in the United States and the world, and that's what makes this museum so very important. You're probably wondering why I chose this museum. Well, I've read a multitude of comic books in my lifetime, and I've done a plethora of research on this museum itself and its exhibits, and I found it very interesting, so that's why I chose this museum to present to y'all. Today I'm going to be showing y'all 3 exhibits, and those 3 exhibits are the Batman Armory, the Infinite Universe of Jim Starlin, and the Emerging Artist Showcase on Noah McCain. So y'all focus in and learn a thing or two about these exhibits. Firstly, I want to talk about the Batman Armory. There's a $10 admission fee into this exhibit. Unless you're wearing a DC-inspired outfit and or costume, then it's completely free. This exhibit is full of Batman props and art that has been portrayed in the DC films and comics in the past. I learned through the David Perry Associates YouTube channel that Alan Levine helped put this together, and he was there a lot of the time. A specific thing I learned from the YouTube video is that there's multiple life-size bat suits within the exhibit. And I got both of these pictures from the cartoonartmuseum.com, and they were actually in the exhibit. The top and the left is Michael Keaton's bat suit from the 1989 Batman, and to the right is Christian Bale's bat suit from The Dark Knight Rises. In conclusion, this exhibit is full of Batman-inspired art and props. Y'all are probably thinking this museum is all about DC, but there's also a lot of Marvel exhibits as well. And that brings me to the second thing I wanted to talk about, which is the Infinite Universe of Jim Starlin. Jim Starlin is a world-renowned comic book artist and writer. And to my surprise, he's created some of the most well-known superheroes of all time, which include Drax the Destroyer, Gamora, Captain Marvel, and Warlock. And he's also credited with arguably the most influential supervillain of all time as well, which is Thanos. And I got all that information off the Marvel.com website, so you know all those are facts. In this exhibit, there's tons of art and props of Jim Starlin's work. An example of that from the cartoonartmuseum.com is to the left here, Warlock and his wife fighting a bad guy. And an example also from cartoonartmuseums.com of a prop is Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet, which is the exact same size and dimensions of Thanos' hand, which is absolutely huge, which makes it very impressive they had this in the museum and to the right size. Sadly, this museum was only open for 7 months in 2018, so none of us can go witness its greatness, but if y'all like Jim's art, you can go check that out anytime online. In conclusion, this exhibit is about Jim Starlin's art and the work he did for Marvel. This museum isn't all about comic book art though. It also has a variety of other things to offer. And that brings me to the third and last exhibit, the Emerging Artist Showcase on Noah McCain. The Emerging Artist Showcase is dedicated to anyone and everyone trying to push new voices from San Francisco and beyond. I learned from the sff.org that the Zillerbass Foundation helped fund this exhibit because they too want more voices and artists to be seen and heard from around the world. Let's dive into who Noah McCain is. She's from Berkeley, California, and she's currently a teacher of cartoon art. She's also publishing art daily, if not weekly, on things such as the Nib and the New Yorker, which are very prestigious publishing firms. So that just shows you how good she is at what she does. An example of some of the art she does is political art, and this is an example from the exhibit within the Cartoon Art Museum. And it is showing the Black Lives Matter movement and how she feels about that. I chose this picture because it perfectly represents the type of art she does and what she believes in. This exhibit closed February 21st of this year, so sadly none of us can go look at it, but Noma's art is all throughout the internet if you'd like to go check that out. To wrap this up, the exhibit is about Noah McCain and her political art. So, what did we learn about today? We learned about a place that's something for everyone. We went from the Batman Armory with all of its bat suits to the Infinity Gauntlet in the Infinite Universe of Jim Starlin exhibit, all the way to the political illustrations from their Emerging Artist Showcase on Nova Kane exhibit. I really hope you all enjoyed learning about these exhibits in this museum and you all found it interesting. So in turn, if y'all are in San Francisco, this is a place that you must go see. Thank you. You have a great night.